man, the myth, the legend, John Jasinski. He runs everything around here. He's got quite the operation going, John. We're loving it. This
Pretty
is
good.
Incredible.
Got great weather, great people. Life is good.
Amazing. Could you tell us a little bit about what's going on here, John?
We're harvesting ice, John. Been going on for about 121 or 22 years here. RDC has been doing it on its own for probably close to 70 years. When all the other camps stopped using old-fashioned ice boxes, we're the only ones that hung on to them. So we keep the tradition alive. Got a great crew. Got some younger blood coming in this year, so that ensures our tradition will go on for a few more decades at least, hopefully forever. Who knows?
And a few spectators like me that hopefully aren't getting too much in the way.
Well, maybe someday you might be on the crew, John.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Put me in, man. I'm practicing.
All right.
They've been tolerating me. They've let me pick tools up and stuff,
Yeah,
and
just don't talk too much, yeah.
they're pretending I'm doing something. So what do we got here, John? We got the channel. This is the final channel. I see you're the final point man. Loading into the truck.
I am the hooker.
The hooker. Oh, right. Okay.
The hook.
There's your hook.
And I push the hook.
Great.
5 blocks of ice on it.
Okay.
The blocks this year are much thicker than normal. The ice was thinner at the shore this year than it was out in the field, so we had to wait for the shore to get thicker. Usually we like to start cutting when the ice is 12 inches thick. This year it was over 14 when we started, and now it's at 15. So it's a little more awkward. You get more charred edges, pieces breaking off, so it's much harder to pack for the crew in the ice houses.
Yeah, because ideally, if it's a perfectly square rectangle, they fit in, right?
No chipping or chopping or getting rid of bad pieces of ice. So a tougher year, but on the bright side, because they're thicker, we'll probably only have to do 1 less row in each ice house.
Excellent.
Instead of 12 inches or 15.
So we got the channel here. You're the hooker. You put the hook on. It goes up the ramp and into the truck.
Yep. And then the truck goes to the ice house. Kind of reverse the process. There's a little bit of a ramp there. While they're loading downhill, the ramp goes downhill and levels off, and then they push uphill for a while. In the last layer, we use our backhoe, the forklift on our backhoe, to put the top layer in.
Awesome. And then I see you got the channel carved here, and then it turns to the right. I guess it all depends on where you're pulling the ice. Yesterday you were coming straight down.
First 2 days we went straight out.
Okay.
The long channel.
Yep.
And it started getting thinner out there. It was only about 11 inches thick. So rather than bringing it all the way in from out there, we do this most often on the 3rd day. We just veer off of the main channel, start a new field that's closer to the ramp. You don't have to push things down as far that way either.
Right, exactly. So you kind of made a little 45-degree turn there.
Yep, and then we pull out a bunch of blocks intentionally and put them around the field where we've cutting the ice fields out just for safety reasons. There's signs all around the perimeter, but in addition we put ice blocks out just in case there's a snowmobiler coming by at night.
Right.
The glare from the lights, they should be able to pick up.
Kind of get the idea there's something going on here.
Yeah, and after a few days, this all freezes over and it's safe, but the first night or two could be a little sketchy. Last night, that field out there gained an inch in thickness. So this right here is probably 1.5 to 2.
Wow.
Another cold night, that'll be safe for somebody walking on it. Won't be safe for a snowmobile for a few days.
Right.
Needs some cold temperatures for that.
Awesome. That saw out there is pretty amazing.
It is. It's been rebuilt over the years, but the sled and framework of the apparatus is over 100 years old.
That's fantastic. And I see they've got kind of a guide on it, so the lines come out perfect every time. It's pretty amazing. You've really thought this through.
You can adjust the guide, but for as long as I've been here, which is almost 30 years, the blocks, we cut the same size. It's 15.5 inches by 19.5 by the thickness of the ice. So if you get 12-inch blocks, it's 115 pounds per block. If you get up to 15 like we're at now, it's 144 pounds per block. So if it gets too warm, the blocks don't slide that easy. So you like to do this when it's below freezing. You get a little of freezing, it gets wet on the ramp, it's slower than pushing the ice house.
Wow.
Tougher on everybody.
So we really kind of have perfect conditions today, don't we?
We do, and if we may finish today, but if we don't, we should be fine to go a few hours tomorrow morning, but by 11 o'clock tomorrow, it warms up quite a bit. It's going to come close to 40 degrees tomorrow, and then rain on Friday. So
Yikes.
we've squeezed it in between the very cold temperatures and
Yeah.
too warm.
Awesome. Beautiful. I see you got your tool shack here. I see we got the food shed over there. You got
The
some
food
people
shed, the
preparing.
name of the food shed is Norm's Place, in honor of Norman Lyford, who was the lead man, the foreman of the ice harvest operation for RDC for many years. He actually did the harvest for 70 years. Started out with his dad, and probably the last 50 years he was the lead guy. So he retired 2 years ago. He's now 91, and this is his first year not out on the ice. He has a heart condition, but he came out last year and was working it 2 years ago.
Wow.
No
Fantastic.
Norman this year, so the
I love
food
it.
shed is in his honor.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, John, this is amazing. Thanks so much for being on Two Guys Driving Around Talking to People. And I got to tell you, I'm having the time of my life out here today.
Cool.
It's-
We look forward to having your
That's
chicken
fun.
soup later.
I'm back. Absolutely. I'm
All
going
right.
to be with that chicken soup. It's going to be a throwdown. We're going to see is it the chicken soup or the sausage that
I
wins.
think the sausage might
might edge me out.
I think so.
But
you might
hey,
not have enough.
it's my first year.
That's
So,
right.
you know,
You'll
there's
learn
always
from
next
this
year.
one.
All right. Thanks, John.
Thanks, John.